Oh man, what a fucking thing! The only way that could have been funnier is if you'd fumbled your ride roll when you got up to the gate thing, and the horse just catapulted your ass through it. Just rode right up there, stopped, and you went through it. That would have been fucking great.
Cannon goes up.
I sure hope so. If it didn't, that'd be rather fucking sad right there.
Let's see, 4.
At least 50 killed after a plane slides off the runway during a landing in Kathmandu Airport. You've been into Kathmandu Airport before. It is, I've heard a Mr. Toad's wild ride of airports. Mm-hmm.
Leveled up.
Cool. Discard any cards you don't wish to keep and refill your hand for new fun-filled adventure spectacular. Wish I could roll my tongue. Yeah.
Alright, luckily I didn't have that one. Oh, insta-hero.
Da, 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 da. Is your pause high enough that you're going into overflow yet or not yet?
Yep.
Going for the 100 mark. You'll be the first to get the next middle power thing.
Well, I'm still a long way off that.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Ready?
Yeah.
Don't attack Logan. Okay, here we go. You materialize in the back of a huge throne room. The styles of architecture around are a strange mix of Gothic and Baroque. The main colors are black, gray, and red. Everyone seems to be looking at you in less than a friendly way. All of the things looking at you seem to be desiccated, armored corpses with skin like leather stretched over bone, mostly, although some of the bone still shows here and there. It appears that all the ones with armor and weapons have glowing red eyes. Everything is in medieval style chainmail. Some have swords and shield, others have halberds and daggers. Upon the tabards and surcoats is a white skull with green flamed eyes facing upon a black background. Give me a sanity roll, please.
Yes.
1 point, you can put it toward lich. These are not liches, but they're close enough. You're standing on a red carpet leading from where you are up to the throne. It's a long fucking walk. The carpet stops about 3 meters short of the stairs, which eventually lead up to the throne. Shiny marble floors show where the carpet is not. A gaunt, wrapped individual. It looks like it's wrapped like it's basically like a mummy, and all of the wrappings have runes, inscribed bandages.
Is it a he or she?
You're not really sure. There's no big bumps where the breast should be, so maybe a he. It looks at you with dark eyes like piss holes in the snow and says, "Greetings, I am the Herald. Would you like some assistance with the Fa King etiquette, or do you prefer to just be decapitated?"
I hate you so much. Oh my God. I hate you so much.
Right this way, sir. He gestures to walk with him down the long ass red carpet. You're going at a slow walk.
I'm glad I came. I am looking forward to meeting you, fucking.
Excellent. Thank you for visiting Fa. Which kingdom, realm, dimension, plane, or unzit do you represent? Very good, sir. And now,
I'm a free spirit.
Very good, sir. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, likewise.
he basically is telling you the etiquette, which I'm going to assume you're going to do, so I can just read through it once, as opposed to having you tell me it and stuff.
I remember very small bits, like constantly bowing, like walking backwards. Don't turn your back to the king, otherwise you fucking die. Basically, everything's death unless you do exactly what you're trying to do.
Yep, take a card for.
I remember this.
For the viewers, that knowledge is about a decade old. It's stuck in his head like fucking maggots for that long.
Because I had to do it while backing up while Derek was fucking like nearly killing me with packets. Apparently I still wasn't doing it right. Oh Jesus, hold on. What's this? Red card.
Ooh.
Gods hate you.
Of course they do.
This is not despise you.
Oh.
That's refill. Luckily I didn't really have a lot. Except for a reroll. That reroll could have come in really handy.
Shit, what did you say to him? What did you just say to him? I'll give you a card if you can remind me what you just said. Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
That's a pleasure too. It's nice to meet you too.
No, before that, after you went,
I said I'm a free spirit.
That's it. Take a card for that too.
Nice. A person to the left, I would discard it and look smug.
Excellent. Actually, I tried to get rid of that card, so take a new card for the person to the left, because I'm trying to fucking delete that card.
Got lots of new cards to go through. One more. Alright. I'll discard one. Evidence for evidence, good lawyers. I think I'm going to need that. I can get rid of that. Brooding enemy. You have a negative level of contact with any NPC decrease. No, I think anything I have goes to -2. If you have a multiple negative contacts, choose one. If the enemy is under -10, ask the GM to have them. Right. That should be a play immediately card, shouldn't it? Brooding enemy? Yeah. Because I mean, I might discard it, right? Oh, I'll keep the inadmissible lawyer then. Because I would have discarded that anyway. Right. And for those at home, I've got a fancy footwork. Ooh, Yana. Victory, prestige mod. Time waster. Clogging greed. Ooh, friendly fire off. Discard. Negate and inadmissible evidence. Good lawyers.
By the way, side note, somebody reminded me, you can pick up sword martial arts.
What?
So you start making a learning roll with your sword thing, and you can build up a specialized martial arts sword. And that will bump your damage up a dice.
So if I already had martial arts, that has to be the general one, right? Or
yeah, I'm assuming that everybody's normal martial arts is hand-to-hand. But that's a good thing because everybody's starting on an equal footing now.
So I'll put martial arts.
Sword.
There's my base. There's the 10. I'll put the box there. I'll put it under the martial arts so I don't forget. So what? That does the same. It adds another damage onto it.
It increases the die size by 1.
Shit.
In the Highlander world, especially, that'll be dangerous. Well,
killer.
Is your strength is giving like let's see, from your strength you go D10, and then from your being a Highlander guy you go to D12.
Yeah, and then if I had that, it'd be what 2D.
No, it'd be D8 plus D6.
D8 plus D6.
Pretty nasty. And then if you get your strength up again, because I think you need over 110 or something.
How was it?
Something like that. Then you go up to 2d8, which is like getting it's like a normal person getting a crit every fucking round with their sword.
It's not far off that big monster thing.
Yeah. Right. Eventually you get to where the herald can introduce you, and he says, "Free spirit from the plane of And then the royal sprinkler approaches the king to receive the instructions. And then the royal sprinkler goes by you, sprinkling the floor just past the end of the carpet. And then you are allowed to advance forward and may prostrate yourself to lick the floor. And if you survive, then you may stand up and back onto the carpet.
Yes, I do that.
Excellent. You have some nifty, minty tasting stuff. Apparently, the king is either this is a weird poison or the king is in a good mood. Then you must take the stance. Do you remember the stance?
Hands on hips?
No. That was the painful one. The one that made your arms fall off. No? Imagine you're holding up a globe while leaning slightly forward. Yeah. And basically, the herald had told you that you have two choices with this stance. You either hold it or just collapse spinelessly to the floor if you can't, because anything else will be interpreted as attack and a way of challenging all of the death knights on either side, because there's at least like 200 death knights in this chamber guarding the king. Mm-hmm. Plus, behind the king, who looks like some fat dude who's just kind of slumped on the throne, is 13 liches with green fire glowing in their eyes. Probably the king's council is your guess. Mm-hmm. So you're standing like a Saguro cactus. Give me either your choice of endurance or willpower times 5. It's not enough to get a check in willpower, but it's not a particularly hard roll to make.
I'll take endurance.
Very well.
Endurance is stupidly high. Yes, by
lots.
Yeah, by a quarter.
Cool. No problem. You are there, and let's see. All the corpses behind the king, which are animated and stuff, give me sandy roll for them, as these are actually liches.
No, I don't like that.
Bummer. Roll a d6 and pray you don't roll a 5 or 6. Lucky bastard. So you take 4 more toward lich. You're thinking here in Fa, you may get that fucking thing maxed out.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I would like Fa.
Well, you see absolutely no technology of any sort around.
I think I'm going to stay in Fa.
All right. They're desiccated corpses with a greasy feel emanating from them. Their green glowing eyes seem to pound upon your mental shields with those disinterested gazes. Oh, shit. Sorry. Reroll your sandy. It's a D8 for these guys as they're fucking battering down your shields. I'll give you yeah, good luck. Roll low, in case you didn't know that.
Oh.
Fuck you. Anyway. No problem.
Not to go inside.
On the throne itself is a rather fat, unhappy-looking human dressed in a motley riot of colors with different fabric types and strange mismatched jewelry that seems to be made mainly of bones. The king is then announced by the herald. Lumsi, Fa King Lich of Fa, Scourge of the Living, Grand Master Necromancer, Keeper of the Squid of Doom, all-time champion of Dragon Poker, Master of Time, Space, and Kazoo playing, certified slave whipping instructor, licensed ale tester, and innocent of all charges. There's polite applause from the liches.
I'm thinking to myself, we're going to get them just fine.
The king stares at you for a while, just long enough to make it awkward and creepy, and then he says one word: balls. A servant comes in with a large covered platter. He bows, and another servant uncovers the dome top, revealing a stack of rubberish balls. The servants stand off to one side as the king rises and picks up a ball. Several of the green glowing eyed people sitting off to the sides of the throne either close their eyes briefly, or you get to see glowing green eyes roll slightly. The king begins to throw balls at you inexpertly. Are you wishing to move?
No.
The king, holy shit, on his first one, a ball bounces off of your head. The king goes, and he sits down and waves the ball people away. If I will give you a fucking refill if you can tell me why he did that.
Oh, go out. I mean,
you get one shot for a refill.
Yeah, probably not. But I would guess he's probably doing it just to see if I'd flinch or, like how I'd react to someone throwing a ball at me. But I held my ground. So.
Sadly, this is not why, but that's okay.
Who knows what Luke's thinking?
Exactly. Eventually, the king looks at you and goes, poopies. Bring forth the groom of the stool. Bring forth the groom of the stool. Bring forth the groom of the stool. Trumpeters then play. A whole group of people come in from the left. 4 are carrying what appears to be a padded box with a hole in the top. They set the box down in front of the throne, then move up to the throne and carefully lift the monarch, who does not change position. They then carry him over the hole of the box and lower him a bit in front of it. A couple of others come with a large cloth and hold it up between you and the lower bit of the monarch. You can tell others are now taking down his pants behind the cloth. And while he shits, he keeps super uncomfortable eye contact with you the whole time. It is the most awkward, long, horrible thing ever.
Unbreaking in my eye contact. I reciprocate.
Taking a card, that's fucking great. Bring forth the royal cleaner. Bring forth the royal cleaner.
Wants to see strength.
I like it. Bring forth the royal inspector and dietitian. Bring forth the royal inspector. His poop is inspected and taken away in a covered bowl. The king is then reseated upon the throne and says, The king says to you, I am glad that you are here, free, to assist me with the festival. It has been too long since we have had outside judges or contestants, either way. You shall be my guest and stay here under the guest high gel. Tomorrow, festival. The day after, we shall incur. Door ward, bring forth the royal door ward. Summon the royal door ward second class. Summon the royal door ward second class. Eventually, a young and kind of zombie-ish looking lady is brought. She isn't incredibly good looking, definitely is dead and still moving, and she comes and bows before the king. The king says, his name is Free Spirit. He is from the plane of He shall be my guest for 3 days under royal high gel. He may have full run of the he farts. Nobody says anything. He goes, who interrupted me? He looks around suspiciously. Very well. He shall have full run of the castle areas. Tomorrow, he will assist me in the festival. The day after, he shall attend to me for the incursion. Comfort and fed. She bows again and prostrates herself until the king loses interest, and then the herald signals her. She rises and signals for you to follow her as she backs toward the door.
I start bowing and backing toward the door and not turning my back to the king.
Give me a maneuver roll as you back all the way. It's like 1.5 miles or some bullshit. You're like, God damn it. No problem. The door ward second class. Take a card for surviving your meeting with the king. Well done, you. The door ward begins taking you up and down stairs and through long, drafty corridors. It seems that much is crumbling within this castle. Here, a chair leg has been replaced with a scroll tube. There, an ornate frame has crumbled and lies upon the unswept ground. You walk past once magnificent tapestries, now partially eaten and replaced with spiderwebs and dirt. Where the floor, says the door ward, she's going around a big fucking irregular hole in the floor. As you glance into the floor, you can see some sort of zombie in a French maid's outfit sweeping parts of the floor in a room below. Give me a sanity roll.
Yeah. Yes.
0 points toward zombie or French maid outfits. Your choice. You continue through the maze of rooms, stairways. Some of the stairs switch where they're going to, like in the Harry Potter films, and various junctions. After about 50 years of walking, it seems, you finally reach your suite of rooms. They look fairly comfortable, although they were obviously much nicer at a earlier time. She says to you, these are your rooms. The teleportation quadrant string is 9 Foxtrot Zulu 287700432 Aero Cygna Pi 3 if you need baggage sent in. Otherwise, your clothing will be supplied.
Yeah, I should say that.
All right. At this point, 2 skeletons dressed in French maid outfits enter the room. Give me a sandy roll. You can put it toward zombie or skeleton or undead or whatever. 0 points. These are here to assist you. They can accept simple commands such as clean my room or scrub my back and things like that. She then hands you a piece of stone. It's about the size of either a really big cell phone or a really small tablet. It has various illegible runes and glyphs. She says, this is a standard Blitzmar. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, what does it do?
She says, she gives you an odd look as though she's never received that question before. She says, this Blitzmar is key to the room. If you hold it like this, like you're going to take a picture with a cell phone, she doesn't say about the picture with the cell phone thing, but it tells you which direction you need to go in order to get to your room. It gives like arrow forward, arrow side, up, down. Also, if it begins flashing, vibrating, and giving directions, it means you've been summoned to go somewhere, so it's best to hurry. This is pretty much a wildly inefficient piece of magic tech you've been given, you're thinking, but at least it's not demon possessed. Well, it might be demon possessed. Also, one of the rooms of your suite has a shitload of coffins in it, and it doesn't look like that room has been cleaned. You're not sure. All the coffins are just closed in there.
All right. So I'm bunking down with some vampires.
Well, no, your bed's in a different room. That's just part of your suite.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Thank you.
He bows and leaves.
Yes, I will get settled into my room.
No problem at all. At like 10, 15 minutes and you are done. It's not an exciting room. The 2 skeletons in the French maid outfits follow you around.
You can use this.
You're thinking most painful blowjobs ever.
Itch my back.
They itch your back for a while. That's better.
I kind of want a French maid outfit now.
There's 2 of them right here.
No.
You might be able to, well, you have been given a run of the castle, so you may be able to find one.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go and have a good explore around.
Excellent.
Look around. Let's get to know the lay of the land. If I'm summoned anywhere or whatever, I want to know how to get there.
The entire castle is a huge fucked up maze of doom. But first, give me a luck roll at either -30 or half, your choice.
-30. No.
You failed to find a French maid outfit.
That's all right.
You feel sad inside.
I want to go to somebody else anyway.
Eventually, you do come across, it looks like a bunch of zombies are playing some sort of card game where they take cards from one pile and deal them into 3 other piles.
Wouldn't be Dragon Poker by chance.
It is indeed Dragon Poker.
People, Dragon Poker.
They offer to let you get in if you have any money.
I don't care.
Oh, that's true. You don't.
All right.
That's another good insanity.
You enjoy, boys. I'll watch.
All right. Sure. Give me a gambling skill roll to try to figure out this crazy game.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Oh my god, base. All right. No.
It is unfigureoutable.
Yeah.
Eventually, you get bored of this.
I go wondering more.
You find a lot of dusty, crumbling, hole-filled corridors with mindless zombies resweeping the very same clean patch of floor while the rest of the floor is covered in grime. You see things like a zombie cleaning a pitcher inside of a frame. The pitcher is worn away as well as part of the wall, but it's continuing to work on it. Eventually, you come to a dead-end corridor, and there are like, so there's 3 walls, and then the opening is where you came from, right?
Uh-huh.
On one of the walls is a big fucking mirror. On another wall is like this wooden stand, and it holds, like, it has these 2-pronged things holding up like a knife that lays in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the 3rd wall, it looks like there's like a pictogram type thing, and it's a really straightforward pictogram. It's got 3 different scenes. The first is a guy with a knife touching his palm. Second is the guy wiping his palm across the mirror. And the third shows the guy looking at a face in the mirror. The mirror itself right now is black and no reflection.
What's the face of?
It's hard to say because it's a very stylized. It's like one step up from the Olympic things where you can tell what sport it is, but not who's doing it or what they look like.
Okay.
The dagger itself looks like it has no scabbard and is really old and looks like a huge pain in the ass to carry without cutting yourself.
Yeah. I think I'm going to mess around with this until I know a bit more about it. Plus the fact I've got a funny feeling that if you take the knife anyway, the 2 metal things will very chink and it'll set some fucking.
Well, they're just holder things. Oh, you mean if you take the knife? Well, you've got plenty of sharp. You've got a sword on your hip.
Oh, I know.
So cutting your palm is not really complicated if you want to do it without touching that.
This particular knife, though, it is recognizable as being this knife.
No, it's a very stylish thing, so it might not be. Like I said, simple pictograph, not drawn by an expert.
No. I wonder, is it worth a mess around with?
Does Alex Kinley like to poke the bear?
Yes. Yes. I will take out my sword. I will cut my hand, and I will smear it on the mirror.
Are you sure you don't want to touch the knife and the elaborate wooden stand thing?
Well, I suppose it's what it's there for.
Yeah, but cutting your hand with your own sword is not a big thing either. I just wanted to see if I could bait you into touching the knife.
I do like baiting.
Right. You smear your hand across there, and a face appears and goes, are you here to rescue me, or are you wanting to find out information about the spell teacher? Ignore what I said. There is no spell teacher, except that there is. I'd rather have you rescue me.
Spell teacher.
God damn it. It says. I hate this fucking geas. It says, not far from here, gives directions. There is a small door with a black cloth hung over the door. You back into the room on your knees. Once in, you'll see a small gong, next to it a bowl and a knife. You have to give yourself a serious wound to get a goodly amount of blood into the bowl. You then push the bowl back behind you. You do not look. You close your eyes. You sound the gong, and whatever happens, you do not open your eyes or you will die most horribly. Then you can talk to the creature, and it will teach you things. Horrible, twisted things.
Thanks, cheers.
God damn it. It says it hangs its head as you trundle off.
We're off to see the creature, the wonderful creature of.
You find a fucking, it's like a half doorway covered with a black cloth.
I get on my knees. I'm back in.
All right, you're inside. Off to one side of you, you see like a little gong with a little gongy stick thing, as well as a bowl that looks like it's made from the top of some sort of weird creature. You can't figure out what the fuck it's supposed to be, skull, and a hideously nasty, sharp-looking knife near it.
Cool. I will pick up the knife. I will give myself a bodily wound in order to get enough blood.
There is like a line on, like this head thing has been filled with blood so many times that you can tell exactly to what level it needs to be filled to.
Right.
So you end up giving yourself 3 real hit points of damage. Woo! Now give me a first aid roll. Basically, it's your shirt to wrap your hand, or you lose an additional D3 plus 1 hit point, or minus 1 hit point. Sorry. Yes? Damn. All right. There goes your shirt. You have no shirt.
I don't need a shirt.
Wow.
I'm ripped.
What are you doing with your eyes?
I keep them closed the whole time.
Oh.
Well,
You hear a nasty slithering and strange gibbering coming up behind you slowly.
I push the bowl behind me, like it said.
The bowl is then taken from your hands, which is just creepy as fuck, and it's drug away, and you hear something slurping it up. And then on either side of your head, you feel it's kind of like something with strange suckers and sponges squishing against your fucking head on either side with some sort of liquid running down. Give me a sanity roll.
That feels good. Oh, just there. That's the spot.
Did you make it?
Yes.
1 point toward whatever the fuck is going on here. And
So
then
1 point to what?
you're not really sure yet. If you ever figure out what, by God, that'll be awesome. You then hear a wet, ugly voice in your head's asking, what would you like to learn? I know many different schools to get you started on.
Oh, master of the eternal arts.
Ooh.
I wish of you to teach me all that thou knows, for my brain is a sponge ready to learn. But should we start with, say, necromancy?
Necromancy it is, it says. And the knowledge slams into you, causing your brain to buckle, and you feel like a white hot thorn has been shoved through it. Give me a sanity roll. If you succeed, it's 0. If you fail, it's D6.
I fail.
You say, I hope you don't roll a 5 or 6, because if you freak, you may look behind you.
I'm going to use every roll card for that one.
Shit.
Yes, that is not good. Yes, I make it.
What could possibly go wrong looking behind you?
I would put sucky creature. Sucky blood creature.
All right, and you get to learn the first spell of necromancy. I will copy paste it into the thing so you can copy paste it into your computer somehow. And let's see, I will read it for the studio audience at home. This is called Pacify Undead. Casting time 1 round, range 10 meters. It lasts for combat or the first, or a lull, or 10 minutes, whichever comes first. Only 2 magic points, but to cast it, you do need undead to cast it against. So getting a check in it could be a pain in the ass.
Well, not here.
Not here. The undead must make a willpower times 3 roll to resist the spell. Or if they have no willpower stat or GM regards them as chump undead, skeleton zombies, they get no roll to resist. Should the target fail to resist, they won't notice the life signatures of anything more than 3 meters away. That means you can get within, if you get within 3 meters of it, it'll fucking attack you. But otherwise, it'll just ignore you. So basically, as long as you keep a bit away from the undead, you're fine.
Or if you just do it on undead that are already non-aggressive to practice. Like my 2 mates.
True.
Oh yeah, baby.
And if you get a crit on this, then you will pick up more shit. This is one of the few fully developed trees. There is no to be determined in this tree. So you can get all the way up to level 10 on this fucking tree.
How could I not imagine that you would have done that?
Yeah, I have a problem with necromancy.
So do I. It's the best school out.
It is a nice school. Yeah. So, right. You think that that's pretty much all you can fucking handle for today? Yeah. In fact, you discover you can get 1 spell per day.
Yeah.
But after you drag your ass out, actually you're in pretty good shape because, you know, yeah, where'd it go? There it is. Right. Unless you'd like to cast, or like getting back to your room is not really hard. It just takes a while. By the time you will get back to your room, you will be quite tired because you've had a busy day. You've fought a fucking major war. You've had new knowledge shoved painfully into your head. You've gone plane traveling.
I would like to practice my new spell before going to bed.
Good idea. Go for it.
One of my
Skeleton undead?
skeletons, yeah.
Go for it.
And So it's 1 if I fail, right? Because it's
Yep.
hard if you fail. So yeah, quite a few attempts. Here we go. Just
Yeah, you should be able to get a check in this. Unless you're done with it for a day, like when you fumble it like that.
yeah. Fair enough.
Any other spells you want to practice before you go to bed?
I could practice my remove tracks from the hallway in the thingy.
Go for it.
Oh. No. Actually, hold on. No, I didn't get it last time, did I? So this is what, 3 magic rooms, so it's 1, 2, 3.
Plenty of dust to leave tracks in here.
One more. Whee!
You made it?
Yeah, last one.
Hooray! Cut to next day. You're awake. All your magic points are back.
I know. Come here, skeletons.
No.
Okay. Come on, baby. Oh, there we go. Second attempt.
Excellent. If you still have magic points left and would like to try shit.
No, I think I'll save them just in case I actually need to use it for. So it was 1, 2, 3. So. Good.
No problem. Eventually, there's not a lot else that you've already found like good shit. Apparently, you wander around. They have like a hallway with windows on one side, and they all have these white billowy curtains and stuff. And it looks like kind of thing that consumptive young women run down, looking over their shoulder fearfully. That kind of thing. But eventually, the Blitzmar begins going nuts.
Ooh, is it something?
You are not sure. It's buzzing. It's making a weird piercing noise.
Follow it to where it's pointing.
Excellent. Right. You end up getting into one of the main areas. It's not the throne room, but it's a different area. And there's all kinds of different creatures around and stuff. Give me a sandy roll. Holy shit, there's a lot of undead. You can put it towards zombies or liches, whichever you feel like.
Yeah,
If you 1 point, you say.
Crazy.
They're having a wood carving competition in which everybody makes the best wood carving they can. All are to be submitted and shown. And then judges will pick the best one. You have a choice of either entering the competition or judging it.
I will. So yeah, I think I'm going to put into which 6. Well, you know what? Obviously, because this was Alex, I did actually have to put max points into carpentry, which I haven't got to build up really much yet. So I think I need to
Entering?
Huh?
You're entering the competition?
Well, it's carpentry. Alex Kindley.
That's what I was thinking about. Yeah. Go for it. Give me a. Now, in order to win, you're going to need a crit with a skill of 60% or higher.
Yeah, I've got 63.
Mm.
So I'm probably not going to crit. But
I don't think you're going to win it,
you never know.
but you'll get a check out of it.
Very good.
The king who ends up judging it tells you that you did very well. What happens is, eventually the best one is picked. It's a remarkable thing. And then all of the rest that did not win are gathered into a huge pile and burned in the town square. The winner that one is then taken to a place called the Hall of Bright Carvings, and it's locked away. Nobody ever goes in there or sees them again other than one old half-blind curator whose job is to store them.
Nice.
And that's pretty much, aside from eating and stuff like that, which you're allowed to do in your own quarters and stuff. Actually, they kind of insist you do in your own quarters because people are wanting to talk to you and shit. And for some reason, the door ward's keeping you away from all these liches.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But go ahead and cast any other spells you want. Actually, you have time to go back and visit your spell teacher again. It is day 2 if you'd like to pick up something new.
Oh.
Yes, you can go there more than once. It's once per day.
Yeah, but eventually I'm going to run out of hit points.
That's yeah. Well, oh wait, we forgot to do that. When you slept, roll a willpower roll because you can heal while you sleep, which is remarkable.
Oh,
willpower times
2.
Times 2 is 4 hit points back.
All right. Okay.
So, what do you think? You want to go spell teacher or no?
Yeah.
All right, you go there. You do yourself another 3 points, and this time, hopefully, you remember to bring something to bandage your ass with. So, yeah, shows them with an extra shirt. Ha ha. Give me a first aid roll to avoid losing more than 3 points.
Yes.
The voice, like thorns in your brain, asks what you would like to learn.
I believe, O Master of Ceremonies, that it is time for me to undertake dark magic.
I know darkness and light.
No, light. Darkness.
They are the same.
Oh, good.
Okay. And roll a sanity rolls. It's stuffed into your fucking head again.
Yeah.
And sanity roll also for the squishy on the sides of your head with the liquid running down and shit. That's the 1 point if you make it one.
Just make it.
1 point.
Mm-hmm. 1 point.
Oh, this is a fucking sand drainer. But, So, darkness and light. It teaches you the first one, which I will copy and paste. Darkness and light is in the same tree, but who knows? PCs may end up redesigning shit someday. I will now read it for the people at home. Blurred vision. Casting time 1 round, range 10 meters. Duration is 1 round, cost is 2 magic points. It gives the target a minus 10% to sight-based skills due to having blurred vision, does not stack with darkness. It only lasts a very brief time, 1 round, but it's pretty much your way of taking your attack and giving somebody a slight negative with theirs. Not a great spell, but shit builds up eventually.
Yeah. Darkness.
This one also goes up a few levels. Eventually it gets to be determined, but it goes. You'll be okay with this one for a while.
Yeah.
So, and then do any spell casting you wish before bedtime.
This one. So
you can cast on your skeletons. Yeah. They just stand there.
It's like, I hate this job.
Oh yeah. Now, see, something that somebody might be able to do to give you an idea of how the spells work is normally if you get a crit with one of these spells, you can go up to the next bigger one.
Yeah.
But you could also say, like, I want to make a better blurred version, and you make it last for a couple rounds or something. So eventually you can tree it.
Yeah.
But it's nice because I've noticed that people's spells tend to go up very slowly and they get new ones very slowly because rolling a crit on a spell is not easy.
No.
So it's working so far. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it's not shooting up, but you've still got a chance of it happening.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, I think, pretty sure Petrified Dead as well, 10 meters range.
No, I pasted it into Roll20, so you can see it there.
Yeah, right there we go. So I will attempt to blurred vision my skeleton. Yeah, no, not with that.
Cool. And then you wake up the next day.
Whee! I wake up.
Mm-hmm. All your magic points are back. Give me a willpower roll to see if you healed during the night.
Whoa, ×5.
So 1 hit point comes back. Yay! And you know that today is some incur thing. So I don't know if you're wanting to practice any spells or just go straight to the spell guy and see what's up.
Oh, I don't know about going back to the spell guy.
It's up to you.
There's a lot of sun draining.
Actually, you've only lost a couple of points.
Yeah. Right. It's not too bad, but it's called gradually. I'm also not sure, like, just how much he's going to know.
Oh, he knows plenty, is your guess.
Sure he does.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
It's up to you. Nothing's forcing you to go there other than your lust for knowledge.
I love knowledge.
You really do. You haven't even asked what all he knows yet.
Yeah, that's the next thing to do, isn't it? I went straight for the necromancer.
Which is fine. You actually scored well there.
All right, let's go back to see Mr. Douchebag.
Excellent. You take 3 points of damage and roll a first aid to avoid taking more.
Yeah, just get that.
Give me a sanity roll for I got shit on the sides of my head. Liquid's running down my face, and 1 point. And sanity roll for when whatever school you learn gets stuck into your head. 0 if you make it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Right. So,
and it asks.
What can you? Because we might be actually. I don't know if it's how bad it is, but the sucky creature tentacle thing. What's that max out at? Because I'm already up to 3 on that.
Like 40 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And it asks, what would you like to learn, my student?
Could you, O Master of Ceremonies, relate to me of what schools you possess?
I possess the following: air, control, darkness and light, disorientation, earth, empathy, fire, gate and time, healing, knowledge, magical defense, necromancy, negation, pocket, sound.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up with all that, but I know the two that I want definitely. Right. Oh, Master, please, I would like to undertake of your healing magic.
And knowledge slams into your brain. You end up crawling out. Okay, so right. You picked up the first one from that, which is cure poison / disease. Which looks like a sucky one, but it is possible to cast it on yourself all the time, not knowing if there's anything wrong with you. Or if you ever get diseased or poisoned, then you go, bing.
Yeah, exactly.
Casting time 1 round, range self, duration instantaneous. Magic point cost is only 2. Effect, you are now free of any poisons or disease. Ta-da!
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That's a very nice
one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one goes up for a bit until it gets to a to be determined.
Yeah.
So yeah, you picked up that. I think you may be the first player to go for healing.
Really?
For some reason. Yeah, so it surprised me too. But that's okay.
Well, you also have to remember this is Alex Kinney.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick.
Of course.
Do you remember Blind Willie?
Yes.
You had to change his name to Not So Blind Willie?
Yes. No problem. You head out of there. Yeah, it is 40 max for whatever the teacher is. Ow. Memory roll for Logan.
I will get that maxed out.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, you end up your standard Blickmar is going crazy again.
Okay, I will follow.
Oh no. No problem. The place that it ends up turning out to summon you is a large flat place on the roof of the palace. When you get up there, there are tons of heavily armed corpses with armor and red glowing eyes there. A very large group stays conspicuously close to you, like coiled vipers. You notice that from here, you can see all of Fa, which is alarming. And it's not that big, actually. Fa seems to be a rough equilateral triangle. Each of the points has a giant smooth-sided copper pyramid rising 3 stories. A huge crumbling Baroque palace rises between 2 of the pyramids, dwarfing them and doubling their height. A huge eldritch rune-encrusted reflective disc is mounted atop the palace and pointed toward the center of the triangular land. So above you, you can see a big fucking disc thing with all kinds of runes and shit. The area in the middle of the pyramids are labyrinthine sepulchres, tombs, and a rabbit's nest of buildings, all tightly packed and loomed over by the pyramids and palace. Creatures that were once men or something else, now little more than rotting corpses, crawl through and over the buildings like maggots on rotten meat. It smells diseased and putrescent. Roll a sandy roll as you look down upon the horror that is Fa.
I am going to max this shit out. Yes, I'm fine with this.
1 point toward horror, Fa. No, not Fa. Undead.
I can't put it towards Fa. Or
well, Fa won't really help. I'd put it toward undead because that's much more useful.
So you've got zombies and like liches.
Yep, either one. Either one.
So once you max both of those out, you're basically good.
Unless you run into like a ghost, maybe, because a mummy is pretty much a wrapped lich, is how I look at it.
I think I've already got points in ghosts.
There you go.
Yeah, from the ghost one.
They may have some ghosts wandering around there too. I don't know.
Try and max out lich, and then I'll try and max out zombie.
Yep. Zombie, I think, is the most useful, but liches, not minding liches is always nice too.
The thing about liches is, like you said, it's like normally like if you fail, D8s.
Yeah.
And that's devastating.
True.
If you get that maxed out, it's better than zombie D6.
Well, some zombies are D8 if they're like loved ones or old PCs. The King's Throne and those 13 liches phase into view. The door ward says, keep in your area. If you stay here and do not move or speak, you shall be safe. You will see what few living have ever seen. As long as you stay here and do not move or speak, the king has guaranteed your safety.
I'll do exactly that.
Lumsian is on his throne, concentrating. This throne is kind of like the ones downstairs, except it has 2 big yellow rods that come up out of the arms that he is either using like joysticks or he just wants to have something to play with while he's concentrating on his throne. You're really not sure. A beam of yellow light shoots up out of the throne into the huge disc above his head and then reflects into the area above the center of the necropolis below. Eventually, it fills up a certain amount there of it's like pouring out a pancake. And it's a roiling yellow mass. And then weird lines come off, 3 of them, 1 toward each of the pyramids. They begin to twist and form into a shape. The shape looks like I'm glad I can cut out all of this shit. The shape looks like that. Please give me a sandy roll toward yellow sign.
Like the yellow sign. Yeah, right.
1 point toward yellow sign. It pulses and rides around in a really sickening fashion. Give me a memory roll.
Yeah, that's it. Even that's on there. I don't think it is it?
If not, it is a definite write-in.
Max is at
12. Yeah, but you made your sandy roll. If you'd rolled a 5 or 6 when if you'd failed it and rolled a 5 or 6 when you seen it,
I would have.
Bad things.
I would have paused that shit or re-rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow sign, 1 up 12.
A rift opens.
Sorry, memory roll.
Oh.
Got memory.
Something about Theater of the North or something in France comes to mind, but what does it all mean?
Are you talking about the book we found?
Nope.
No. Okay. Are you sure this was? You're not thinking this is someone else?
No, but it was a very minor thing, and it could have been somebody else. I don't know. But a rift opens. It's a minor thing. You've seen the yellow sign. So now when somebody asks if you've seen it, you can say, yes, I've paid my dues.
I've done my bit.
Mm-hmm. A rift opens. It's a strange, hold on a second. A rift opens and you begin to see the sky, and you see 3 steamships, which are currently firing in the general direction that you guys are. But then you realize they're not firing at you. They're firing at a huge biomass of bugs. You know how ants can form like a living raft? Mm-hmm. Imagine bugs the size of buses doing that. And these ships are firing their small cannon at them. As this is happening, the entire land of Fa is like pretty much slowly crash landing into one and bearing down the entire thing slowly. It's beginning to sink. At this point, the door ward approaches you with 4 large undead carrying a huge rolled carpet. They set it down and unroll it. Inside, they find an old corpse. They look a bit surprised, but kick it out. The door ward says, "You will take this flying carpet. The city and our land shall be lost. At last, that which the king has been trying to do has been done. We are done. You have gotten to see the remains of the carcass after the feast. We were once a proud and noble people." Behind her, you see the king going, "Go and remember us." Dead musicians show up with instrument. One hands the king a fiddle and a bow. With tears in his eyes, the king's inner circle and servants begin to line dancing as the king plays the fiddle and sings the song, as strange creatures literally begin to battle against the undead. So you're having bugs versus the undead, and the door ward gestures toward the carpet like, this is your escape. Good luck. And here is the song that is playing. It's in roll 20.
I didn't have my thing put in.
I understand. I'm sure you'll recognize it after a few notes.
No, because you're going to get feedback if I plug mine. Oh, hold on. Maybe we can just plug these.
Yeah, I was going to say, just plug in your headphones and you can hear it. You don't have to plug in your microphone, just the listening part. The door ward singing the female part.
Oh my god. Yeah. Enough of that.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
So it appears that your choices now are either learn to fly a flying carpet very quickly or drown. Or be killed by bugs, actually. The bugs are much more likely because they are swarming up over the sides of the palace as undead and stuff are trying to do them. A lot of liches are panicking. Apparently, they didn't know this was going to happen. And the king is just smiling and playing his weird fucking music.
I guess we jump on the carpet.
That's a really good choice, you're thinking. So, the flying carpet of getting the fuck out of here. So, let's see. I'm going to need a willpower times 5 to get her started. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Yes.
If you'd failed, I'd be like, you're going to fucking die. You may as well roll yourself up in the carpet.
Yeah.
So, give me a pilot flying carpet roll.
Nice.
Now, your choices as to where to go are either the ships, which all have like a big sails on them that look really fucking familiar, actually. And oh my god, that's the fucking princess's ship in the fucking middle there. So all I need is a flying carpet, fly roll. They all have the red bent chevron on it. So yes, pretty much all you have to do is just make that one roll and you're fine. Note, saying fumble, you say fuck it and fly yourself into the massive bugs. If you fail, you'll probably drown in the ocean before they can get to you, although the bugs may be able to eat you. And it gets worse because while you're trying to do this, parts of the city are exploding with eldritch force, causing huge sonic waves that rush across the carpet, increasing your speed and threatening to knock it out of your control. There are reasons this is a prestige mod as well. Good luck.
I will play a +5 skill.
It's a good way to get a check and fly carpet, though.
It is. I got it with my +5 skill. Nice.
Wait a minute, how'd you get that though? Because that means you have a. Oh, I see.
My thingy went up, didn't it?
Your flying carpet went up?
No, it's base times. Oh no, sorry. No, you're right. I miscalculated that.
Yeah, 26 would mean you'd have 21 learning.
Yeah. I was thinking something else. Let me. You know what?
Play nurse skill 5 and go for it again.
No, I've got a discard. I think I'm going to get some more cards. Well, hold on. I mean, that was a fail by like 2.
No problem. At a fail, you're going to be plunging into the ocean as opposed to suavely getting on the ship. If you can make it, you're on the ship with the princess. If you crit it, she's in your arms and you're on the ship with the princess. If you fail, though, you're in the ocean somewhere, and then hopefully a ship will come get you. But they don't know who it is because you're really far away from them, which is why you're trying to succeed on the carpet.
I'm not going to waste. I can't. I don't want to waste a pause on this. So, as long as I'm out of harm's way, so I will discard and try and get a reroll or something. But if I don't, I'm not going to waste.
Then you'll be going for the big swimming roll.
Well, yeah, it's better than trying to make a base fly carpet roll, isn't it?
Tell you what, if you can only fail by like 20, then you are far enough away from the bugs that everything's fine. Well, then you will be far enough away. But
if I roll then
it's a hard swimming roll. Is all.
That 26 is worth keeping because
maybe
I'm probably not going to get much better than that.
I disagree. I think that Alex Kinley is going to succeed and have the princess in his arms.
The player of this card gives up one of their rounds to waste. No, I don't want that. I will keep the victory in the plug and breeze. Let's get rid of that as well. So
you can do it.
I would now
because you don't even know. The other problem with ending up in the drink is you don't know if they've seen that it's you because you're a ways away. Actually, with the roll that good, they might know it's you. They'll make spot hidden rolls. You rely on Logan to roll for you if you stick with that. I hope you get a reroll and a skill bonus.
I've got an evac, so I'm going to draw another card. Not looking good though. Got no rerolls or no skill cards.
Basically, you've got about a 50-50 chance of having the boats pick you up because you're not going to be able to swim and capture or to get to the boats. I've got to roll for the NPCs to know it's you because otherwise they'll think it's just somebody else and not care enough to turn around the boat.
Yeah, but...
Are you good with the 50-50 in the swimming roll?
How many pods could I possibly blow on trying to get 18 or below?
That's up to you, but I'm saying that I'm giving you your odds ahead of time. Basically, you'll be making a swimming roll full to not die in big water, and I will be rolling.
Use pods on a 50% roll than a 18% roll.
But it's the NPCs that are rolling the 50 or less. It's for their spot hidden to see it's you.
Well, I've got a +10 assist card.
Oh, play that.
A bloody 60, wouldn't it?
It will. Do you want?
I'm just saying, I could blow a lot of pods here trying to get on a roll of 18 or below.
Do you want me to go for their spotting?
Yeah, I'm just going to make my swim roll first. I got my swim roll.
Thank God. All right, and looking for you. It's Alex Kinley. You hear the princess, turn this boat right around. No, your princess, we can't turn it around. I will personally have you killed. Right. They pick they pick you up, and you're in the princess's arms, and this time it's you are the one that's wet.
Not for long.
No problem. And we end there for today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was some pretty epic shit.
Yeah. Double fucking.
I'm incredibly sad though. I would have happily spent months and months in far. So upset. I'm going to make it a mission of mine to track down Lindsay. I don't think he died. In that. I want to track him down. We can start a new undead revolution.
Have you heard about the undead revolution? You know. Yeah.
Love it. Right. Like that. Okay. So, end mission refill?
Yep.
Cool. You stop recording yet?
Nope.
Ah, cool. Are you going to stop soon?
Nope.
Ah, right.
Well, because some people may want to hear the card play.
Yeah, that's cool. Acting plus 20. Not going to do that. Get rid of that. Nada. Rifle plus 20. And navigate plus 20. So I'll get rid of all of those. And I'm still keeping the Common Greed and victorious card.
So then it's 3 pods plus your 2 extras. Oh.
Yeah, I haven't done refill yet.
Oh.
So here we go.
Come on, cards to wipe it all out and make them go, no, because it's the fucking thing to do.
Jump. Cut jump. No. Skill 5. No. Skill 5.
I do think that refusing to carry money ever is a good insanity because it's very limiting.
Never did. I never did.
Yeah, but I mean, I know you haven't got your second insanity yet, but if you ever do, I'd make a note that's a good one because you're doing it as a quirk.
No, I do.
Oh, you do? That is your insanity?
Yeah. No, my first insanity is believing in St. Patrick, and the second one is electricity fit.
I changed the first one instead of St. Patrick because it doesn't come up very much.
It does. Every adventure, I'm like, I'm St. Patrick, or I'm killing. And I always say it.
Well, you say it, but I mean, it's not really limiting.
No, it's not limiting, but
well, all the insanities are kind of limiting. That's why I'd suggest changing it to refuses to carry money.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it anyway, and it's a much better insanity. I mean, later if you can find a way to make the St. Patrick more limiting, like for example, the first round of every combat, you refuse to do anything except go, I am St. Patrick and shit. Yeah, that's limiting. I think the money thing is brilliant because then it forces the RPCs to carry money for you, or if you're...
I've got to do other things in order to get
right,
things.
Right.
Like, I'll do jumps for you, not that kind of jump.
No biting, no biting.
Okay, that should have... I shouldn't have said that, I'll slip up now. Okay, so yeah, no, nothing really, so just the common greed and the prestige victory, so 5 was.
I like FOB because it's short, it's quick, there's a potential for a lot of sanity loss, and you can pick up some useful skills.
Oh yeah.
I like having little ways in which it's possible to get spells here and there. It just shows the mirror as the water's lapping up. He's like, fucking hate these people so much.
I was gonna come back to you, but
yeah, you forgot it. Everybody does. That's why I had to guess. It's like shiny bubble or save me. Bubble. Everybody runs up. That's kind of exactly how I'd planned on it working too. All right.
Cool.
Anything to say to the fans out there?
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon. I'm Alex Kelly, bitches.